Okay, this is actually chapter 26 yeah, on the material A level. Yeah. Uh, we still are discussing or learning about theoretical first. Yeah. Okay, in alpha decay, yeah, the nucleon number decreases by 4, proton number decreases by 2. Why? Because alpha is helium nuclei. Yeah, helium nuclei, they have mass number 4 and they have proton number 2 or atomic number 2. Yeah, helium 42. Yeah. And in beta decay, the nucleon number is unchanged. Yeah, the proton number increases by 1. Why? Because beta is electron. Electron, they don't have any mass. Yeah, but they have proton number as -1. So on the beta decay, the proton number increased by 1. Yeah, increased by 1. Decay beta equals to decay of electron, the increases by 1 of proton. And beta plus, this is different. This is positron, positive electron. The nucleon number of in unchanged, the proton number decreased by 1. Yeah. This is increase, this is decrease. Yeah. And in gamma emission, no change in nucleon or proton number. Why? Because gamma, yeah, gamma is electromagnetic wave, gelombang elektromagnetik. Yeah. Okay, now this is like a measurement uh, for weight. Yeah, figure 31.3. The mass of nucleus is less than total mass is component proton and neutron. This is association between energy and mass. This is like we start discussion about defect mass, about binding energy. This is like apa namanya pendahuluan ya. This is energy equals to mc square. Mass in mc is a velocity or speed of light in 3 times 10 power 8 meter second minus 1. Yeah. And the mass of system increases when energy is supplied to it. When energy released from a system, mass decreases. Okay, and then this is different. Change in energy equals to change in mc square. Yeah, this is we call it as the binding energy. Yeah, binding energy. We have some particle here, particle proton, neutron, and nucleus of carbon. Yeah. Yeah. Rest mass is 1.672623 10 power minus 37 kilogram. Yeah. Also neutron also 1.674929 times 10 power minus 37 kilogram. Yeah. And nucleus carbon 12.6 is 19.926483. Yeah. Okay, this is figure 31. Rest masses some particle, it is worth nothing. Yeah, that the mass of neutrons likely greater that of the proton, yeah, roughly around 1.1% greater. Yeah. Okay, mass defect. Mass defect. Mass defect of a nucleus equals to difference between total mass of the individual separate nucleons and mass of the nucleus. An example particle is 31.3. Yeah, in 31.3. This, yeah. Mass before is 6 times 1.67. Yeah, this is, yeah. This is 6 protons, so 6 times 1.6726. This one. And plus 6 times 1 point, this is mass neutron. Yeah. From where 6 is from 12 minus 6. Yeah. Not 6 as the proton 2. No, this is mass neutron. Yeah. Okay, mass neutron is 1.674929. Yeah, this one same. Yeah, times 10 power minus 27. So we have mass before is 20.085312 times 10 power minus 27 in kilogram. And then mass after is this one. Yeah, 19.926483 times 10 power. Mass difference, yeah, this is equals between mass after minus mass before. Yeah, mass after is this 20 point something, and before is 19 point something something times 10 power minus 27. So this is as loss in mass implies the energy is released. Yeah, loss in mass implies that energy is released. This is loss, yeah, and then become the energy. So the energy is this one times c square. We have energy loss is 1.40 times 10 minus 11 joule. This is defect mass or energy. Yeah. Okay, I hope you understand. Yeah. Okay, continue. No, atomic and nuclear masses often given atomic mass unit or mu. Yeah. Then 1 mu equals to 1.6605 times 10 power minus 27. This is atomic mass unit. Yeah. Also, we call it as AMU. Yeah. AMU. Okay, I still repeat, I still explain about the theoretical until I hope until half-life. Yeah. Okay. This is some nuclide and this is some symbol of this nuclide and this is mass in U. Yeah, atomic mass unit. For the proton, the symbol is 1p1, neutron 1 and they have mass this. Yeah. This is a constant number. You don't need to apa remember it ya. You don't have kalian nggak perlu menghafal ini ya. Ini pasti nanti it will be provide on the question. Uh, okay, then table 31.3. This is mass of some nuclide in atomic mass unit. Some have been measured to several more decimal place than are shown here. Okay. Okay, no, mass excess mass in U minus nuclear number. Yeah, so mass excess for U is 235,043,930 minus 235. Yeah, so something equals to 0.043930 U. Yeah, an example decay of nucleus around 238 is this is an example yeah, of decay of nucleus uranium 238. Uranium 338 92 U become thorium 234 90 and plus particle alpha particle. So delta M is equivalent to energy release as kinetic energy of product. We're using a correct value. Yeah. Mass of 23890 uranium nucleus is 3.95 something something times 10 minus 25 kilogram. Total mass of thorium nucleus particle and alpha particle is 3.95276 times 25 kilogram. Yeah, change in mass. Yeah, this one. This yeah minus this. Yeah, this is like a mass before, yeah, mass after is mass of this nuclei, thorium nuclei and helium nuclei minus mass of uranium. Yeah, this is change in mass. Yeah, I repeat again, change in mass, this is equals to mass after reaction. After reaction is they have thorium, Th, and helium, He minus uranium. Yeah, this is change in mass. We have before mass before is 3.95283 times 10 power minus 25, and mass after is 3.95276 times 10 minus 25 kilogram. So change in mass, yeah, this equals to this minus this, yeah, we get minus 7.0 times 10 minus kilogram. Okay, so hence energy release in decay. Energy release back again, this is about mc square, ya, m 7.0 times 10 minus 30, ya, times 10 times c square. C square is 3.0 times 10 8 square, ya. So we get 6.3 times 10 minus 13 joule. Okay, this is about mass. Nah, this is relate to binding energy. This our actually this is our topic is binding energy and half life. Yeah, binding energy is the minimum energy needed to pull a nucleus apart into its separate nucleons. Yeah, yeah. I repeat again. This is minimum energy needed to pull. Yeah, nucleus apart into the separate nucleons. To find the binding energy per nucleon for nuclide, find mass defect of for the nucleus. Use Einstein mass energy. Use Einstein mass energy equation. Find the binding energy of the nucleus. Mass defect times c square. Divide binding energy nucleus by number of nucleons to calculate the binding energy per nucleon. The greater the value of binding energy per nucleon, to more tightly bound the nucleons that make up the nucleus. Okay, this is binding energy relate with energy release by mass energy equation of Einstein equation mass. Okay, I continue again. This is what this is. This is decay path actually. Decay of some nucleus. Yeah. There. Figure 31.4, the graph show the binding energy. Binding energy. Yeah. Per nucleon for a number of nuclei, the nucleus become more stable as binding energy per nucleon increases. Yeah, and then they have high energy is uranium. Yeah. Okay. On the x direction, on the x axis is number of nucleon A, and then for the y-axis is binding energy per nucleon in 10 power minus 13 joule per nucleon. Yeah. Okay, this is sum of nuclide. Okay, calculate. This is sum of next sample. Yeah. Calculate the binding energy per nucleon for the nuclide 56 ferrum 26. Okay. Mass neutron is 1.675 times 10 power minus 27. Yeah. Then mass of proton is 1.673 times 10 minus 27 kilogram. Mass of 65 ferrum 26 nucleus is 9.288. Yeah. Step 1, how to solve this question? Find the binding energy per nucleon. This is number of neutron is this one 56 minus 26, yeah, equals to 30. So mass defect, yeah, mass defect is proton number times mass proton plus neutron number times neutron mass minus mass of nucleus. Yeah, proton times mass proton plus neutron times mass neutron bracket minus nucleate mass. Yeah, mass of this nuclei. Yeah, 9.288 times 10 power minus 26. So we have defect mass defects 8.680 times 10 power minus 28. Yeah. Then The second one, step one, determine the binding energy of the nucleus. Binding energy equals to delta mc square. Delta M we have this one 8.680 times C square is 3 times 10 power 8 2, yeah. So we have 7.812 times 10 power minus 11 joule. So determine the binding energy per nucleon. Yeah, we have nucleon or mass number is 56. So this number 7.812 times 10 power minus 11 divided by 56. Yeah, yes, this is around 14 times 10 power minus 13 joule. Yeah, this is binding energy per nucleon. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I hope you understand. Yeah, maybe I will share this file into your into our WhatsApp group. Yeah. Okay. Now, this the graph about reaction. Yeah, fusion and fission. We have two reaction in the on the nucleus. Yeah, about fission and fission. Fusion and fission. Fusion is joined together. Fission is break apart. Yeah. Okay. Both fusion and fission are processes that tend to increase the binding energy per nucleon of the particle involved. Okay, this is nucleon number, yeah, or A, uh, and this is binding energy per nucleon over times 10 power minus 13 joule per nucleon. Okay. Okay, continue to next page. Yeah. Uh, our topic is about binding energy and half-life. Yeah, I hope until half-life because we only one period. Yeah. Okay, nuclear fission. Yeah, this is heavy or large nucleus split into two nuclei. Yeah, or of approximately equal masses. Yeah, binding energy equals to Ba times A. And binding energy of parent nucleus is less than sum of two binding energy fragments. Yeah. So this is fission. Fission is break apart, yeah, or this is split into two, yeah. So the parent equals they call the parent nucleus. The parent is before splitting, yeah, less than sum of two binding energy fragment. Fragments is nuclei after split, yeah. Nuclear fission process by which two very light nuclei join together to form a heavier nucleus. And binding energy of nucleus, same thing, yeah, binding energy times A. This is mass number. Yeah. Binding energy parents is less than the final, yeah, binding energy nucleus of the product. Okay. Then graph of Conrad against time, where the fluctuation on either side caused by randoms of decay. Yeah. This is actually you can open book on the your book on the course book on page 399, I think. Yeah, you can open this on page wait uh, I'll open first. I already read it. Yeah, yes, 300 490, around 490. Yeah, this is some explanation about nuclear physics. Yeah. 490 or the last chapter actually. Yeah. Okay, this is concrete. Then we go to half-life. Yeah, half-life. Conrad showing randomness of decay. Yeah. Okay, now nuclear decay is spontaneous because the decay of particle nucleus is not affected by presence of other nuclei. Yes. The decay of nuclei cannot be affected by chemical reaction or external factor such as temperature and pressure. Yes. And nuclear decay is random. Ya. Decay is peluruhan, ya. Apa namanya? Uh, uh, Menghilang sebagian dari partikel tersebut. Ya. Impossible to predict when particle nucleus in sample is going to decay. Each nucleus in the sample has same change of decaying per unit time. Then difference between the actual half-life value calculated without any faulty equipments can be caused by random nature of decay, background radiation, doctor product also radioactive. Maybe this is, if we have some time, we need to explain this one. Yeah, random nature of decay, background radiation, doctor product also radioactive. Yeah. Difference between the activity of sample might not be equal to measure concrete due to background concrete radiation, multiple possible cause for its decay, radiation emitted all direction, that time of counter. Doctor product might also unstable, emit radiation. Yeah, self-absorption or radiation is a sample absorption in the air. Yeah. This is a difference between activity sample might be not equal, ya. Mungkin tidak akan sama dengan yang diukur, ya. Kenapa? Karena hal-hal ini, ya, gitu. Tidak exactly sama. Ya. Oke, decay constant. Nah, ini tentang half life, ya. Oke. Decay constant or lambda, the probability that an individual nucleus will decay per unit time. Ya, interval. The unit is hour -1, second -1, or day -1, or year -1. This is like a per day, per hour, per year, and so on and so on. The activity A, radioactive sample, the rate which nuclei decay disintegrate unit in BQ. BQ is becquerel. Di sini ada nggak tulisannya? Becquerel. Yeah, this is activity of radioactive sample. Yeah, and we have formula radioactive sample A equals to lambda times n. Yeah, that's it. That n is number undecayed nuclear present in the sample. So activity can be tracked the number alpha beta particle emit by source per unit time. And then A, we have A equals to delta n over delta t. Ya, we call it as the, in bahasa it's laju peluruhan. Ya, ini seperti ini kan kayak kecepatan. Sesuatu yang kemudian didivided dengan waktu, sesuatu didivide dengan waktu, maka itu seperti kecepatan. Ini seperti kecepatan peluruhan. And the number emission or decays in the small time interval delta t. Ini kayak dy per dx apa sih namanya, diferensial, ya, differentiate. Okay, we have one sample question. Yeah, a radioactive source emit beta particle. It has an activity 2.8 times 10 power 7 becquerel. Estimate the number of beta particle in the time interval 2.0 minutes. Yeah. Step 1 assumption made. Yes. Okay, step 1, write down given quantity SI unit. Yeah, we have activities, radioactive activities in 2.8 times 10 power 7 becquerel in time delta T 120 second. Yeah, we given quantities and size unit. Determine the number of beta particle by using this one, delta n over delta t, or delta n equals to A times delta t. We have delta n multiplying between 2.8 times 10 power 7 times with 120 second. Yeah, we have 3.34 or 3.4 times 10 power 9. Yeah, we have assumed the activity remains constant over period 2.0 minutes. Okay. So the sample constant 1000 under Keene nuclei, its nuclear host constant 0.2 second. Determine the initial activity of sample. Estimate the activity of sample after 1 second. Okay, second question is one. Yeah, we need to estimate the activity sample after 1 second when they have decay constant 0.0 second minus 1. Okay, since activity A equals to minus lambda n, we have A is 0.2 times 10 power times 1000. This is equals to 200 per second. 200 per second, same thing with 200 becquerel. Yeah. Okay, after 1 second, we might expect 8 nuclei to remain undecayed. Yeah, because the first uh, uh, awalnya adalah 1000, and then they have 2000, so sisa 800 ya. The activity sample would be then 0.2 times 800 equals to 160 per second or 160 becquerel. So in fact, it will be slightly higher than this, yeah, since the rate decay decreases with time all the time. Less than 200 nuclei will decay during the first second. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I think I hope you understand about this. Yeah, I will send it into Google Classroom. I will send it into WhatsApp group maybe ya, to you to read untuk apa namanya baca-baca ya.